I've had a lot of requests to do a video because it's been a while. I'm sorry. We've got some pretty huge events coming up for our food business, and we've been cooking like crazy. So I haven't had much free time, but I've been thinking about what to talk about, and I haven't made a marriage video in a while, and so I was thinking, why don't I just share what the Lord has been teaching me in my marriage in the last, I would say, year and a half or so. It's nothing profound, it's nothing new. I think we just all learn things at different paces, and things we understand them at a deeper level at different times in life, and that's what I think has been the case with me. Like, when I say, what I feel like I've been really learning, it's going to be like, oh, but it's just been at a deeper level, and I don't know, just a better understanding and a really important aspect of our marriage in the last year and a half. So one of the things is accepting each other, accepting my husband for who he is. It's really sad, but very often, and the normal thing that we all do, not just in marriage, but it's a temptation in every area of life, is to focus on the negative. And I remember I read this marriage book called Feminine Appeal, which is awesome. It's by Carolyn Mahaney. And one of the things she says in there is, out of 100%, your husband is probably 80% positive things and 20% negative things. That's not true. She said, let's just say there's 20% negative things. The chances of, my husband's not 20% negative things. He's probably like 3. Still, I like zone in on that 3%. Like, seriously, why? Why do we zone in on the negative instead of all the positive? And so that's just something that I really, really feel God has taught me and helped me to mature in greatly in the last year and a half, is to stop zoning in on all the little things that I wish were different, even if they're not like I can't necessarily name, like, I wish this thing was different, but just like on a day-to-day basis, like, I wish he had remembered to throw the trash out this morning. Like, even thoughts like that, like, that's not, I wish he would always remember to take the trash out. No, he remembers some days, but like, there's big issues and there's tiny issues, and just in both ways, like in the tiny and the big, focus on the positive instead of the negative. And God has just helped me with that so much, and I really feel like it's strengthened my marriage, because naturally out of that comes less nagging, less nitpicking, less bringing up things that cause conflict and tension, instead of focusing on the good, which bring out encouraging words, gratefulness, thankfulness, things that build him up. And then, when you're encouraged and you're built up for the things that you're doing well, most people want to do better. Like, if you're at work and your boss tells you, man, you're doing a great job, you're not going to say, all right, well, I'm going to stop trying so hard. Of course not. You're going to say, I'm going to show you how much better I can do. So when you encourage your husband, he's going to try even harder to do even better, and I've actually seen that. Like, my husband, every home is different, and I don't think there's a right or wrong way, but just the way our home is I do the domestic stuff. I just do. Not because he won't, not because I've asked him and he said no, not because he sat me down in the beginning of our marriage and said, you're doing all the domestic stuff. It's just the way we naturally flow. Like, it's just happened that way. He loves doing the handy stuff. I love cleaning and cooking and having laundry cleaned and put away, and I like to have all that done before he gets home, so that once he's home, we're free to be together. So it's just the way it happened in our home and in our family. But as the years have gone by, I feel like you just really loosen up a lot, not by choice so much as just by you have to. And so I don't have everything done before he gets home anymore. Sometimes I don't fold laundry for like 3 or 4 days, and he has just stepped up to like putting laundry in, switching laundry, emptying out the dishwasher, loading the dishwasher, stuff that he's never done before, and this has been going on for quite some time, but just things that were not the norm before. And I would notice, like, what are you doing? Like, you're doing all this house stuff, thank you, And I'm sure that it's because the opportunity was there. I actually gave him the opportunity to help instead of do everything by myself, and just being grateful when he did do things, acknowledging it, thanking him for it, not going back and fixing it my way, not saying, oh, you did this wrong, but just leaving it however he did it and saying thanks. And I mean, when he puts away the dishes, they're not where I put them. But you know what? Who cares? He put the dishes away for me. Where was the heart in that? The heart was in servanthood. The heart was in trying to help me. And that is a blessing to me. So I'm not going to go back and switch everything to where I want it. I'll just put it back where it goes next time it gets used, cleaned, and then I put it away. Like, we don't want to go behind our husbands and fix all the stuff they did the way, not the way we do it. Because that's not encouraging. So that's something that I've really learned, to focus on the positive and just accept my husband for who he is. I have not been prone in my marriage to compare. I've always been very proud of who my husband is. I love him for me. I joke around that no other man can handle me. So, like, I don't have a problem with looking at other husbands and thinking, man, I wish Hector did that, or, but I do think that I've had a problem understanding the ways that we're different and accepting that and being okay with it and just embracing it and loving him for who he is and the way the Lord made him. And that sounds really broad, and it's really hard to explain in detail too, because I love him and things about him, and it's awesome the way that we're opposites in some ways, so we balance each other out well. We just see how God paired us so well. So it's kind of hard. I guess just the general message behind that is what I've learned. Like, accept people for who they are and love them for who they are. Don't try to change them or make them different or wish they did things your way or whatever. Just love them for who they are. And I guess just that has been a big lesson in the last couple of years. And then having fun, enjoying each other, having fun together. There's always going to be conflict and tension and stress and chaos and things that come up in life, because life is crazy. The kids are going to disobey, the kids are going to disrespect, the kids are going to mess up the house, things are going to spill, plans are going to fall through, it's going to rain, on a day that we wanted to do something outside. Like, life happens and crazy things happen, and that's always going to be happening. We don't need to try to make that happen. It's just going to happen because we live in a cursed, fallen world. But we need to put effort behind enjoying our husbands. Plan special things, even if it's at home. Just plan special things together. You can go big, and plan some really cool getaway, or you can do small and just have a date in the living room with wine and cheese and candles and talk about whatever, that has been so fun. Just to have fun, laugh together, go out of your way to nitpick at each other and joke around in the ways that he loves for you to joke around with him. Act like a goofball. Like, these things are things that came so naturally to us when we were dating and engaged and in the beginning of marriage, before the crazy wave of children came. I hope this is helpful to you guys.